Ridiculous moments in tennis history. The sport of tennis is usually exhilarating and unfolds spontaneously. The reason why we can safely label it as a sport is simply because it is competitive and anything can happen on any given day. Although some upsets and unpredictable outcomes result on occasion throughout each season, there are still rarer occurrences that shock us beyond belief. 1. The most tragic incident of all. Monica Seles was nearly unstoppable in her prime. The only reason she was taken out of her prime was because of Gunter Park, who sought out to make Steffi Graf one in the world again. This was a small tournament that quickly received big news coverage. 2. Jimmy Jump causes trouble. Jimmy Jump is famous for disrupting all public events of importance. Well, he set out to do his usual job during the final of the French Open, where Roger Federer had his first real shot at winning the title. I remember watching this live and thinking I was literally in a dream because I could not believe that somebody would try to startle players in a Grand Slam final like that. 3. Appropriate nudity. If you put Michael Laudrup, John McEnroe, and Henry LeConte on the same tennis court, comedy is bound to spark. Then, Ryan Harrison is there to absorb the hilarity of the situation and to see how the legends and veterans of the game put on a real show. It is unclear how or why this occurred, but just know that it happened and it was unusually funny. 5. Serena Williams' aggressive outburst at umpire. Carlos Ramos, a venerable tennis umpire, was on the other end of a Serena Williams tongue lashing at the 2018 US Open. An altercation between the 23-time Grand Slam champion and an umpire might not seem particularly shocking, but it was the way the incident unfolded. Williams continued to pepper the umpire with a myriad of names, but thief, sexist, and liar were the words that carried a plethora of weight. Williams was cited by Ramos for 3 code violations during her 6-26-4 loss to Osaka for getting coaching signals, breaking her racket, which she sacrificed a point for calling the umpire a thief, inevitably costing her the game. Serena continued the onslaught of exchanged words, demanding an apology, saying, "When are you going to give me an apology? You owe me an apology, say it." The pair's blowup covered the backs of mainstream news publications, and it is fair to say that these two are unlikely to meet on a tennis court again. 7. Stefan Edberg's killer ace. On 10 September 1983, Stefan Edberg was plying his trade in the Junior US Open final when tragedy struck. Richard Wertheim, a 61-year-old linesman, was struck by a thundering serve from the young Swede. Wertheim toppled to the ground in a catatonic state, clutching at his groin. Edberg's opponent, Simon Ewell, stood in disbelief watching the helpless man on the floor. It happened that after Edberg's ball struck the linesman, he'd fallen from his chair and pounded his head on the court's hard surface. Despite the veteran linesman being rushed to the nearby National Tennis Center, Flushing Hospital, bleeding on the brain had caused irreparable damage. The unfortunate tennis artisan died 5 days later. 8. Serena Williams' alleged drunk antics. While the prevailing mood at Esto 19 was somber the afternoon of Andy Murray's elimination, women's tennis fans were left baffled after a mysterious doubles exit of Serena Williams, which stunned the tennis world. The official statement of Williams' erratic and strange behavior on the court was a viral illness. Many believed her to be drunk. Even during the warm-ups, Serena clearly had no control on the court and had trouble hitting the balls. The disoriented Williams continued to attempt to serve only to have the ball either fall embarrassingly short or veer off considerably out of play. It was clear that something was seriously wrong, and the match was cut short and cancelled. 9. Serena Williams' 23rd Grand Slam, Australian Open 2017. Serena Williams won his 23rd singles title at the Australian Open 2017. She defeated her sister Venus Williams in straight sets 6-4, 6-4. With this title, she passed Steffi Graf to the second spot on the all-time list of majors winners in the Open era. She later revealed being 20 weeks pregnant during her title win, which makes her feat even more remarkable. 10. Steffi Graf's Golden Slam, 1988. Steffi Graf is regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, male or female. She won 22 singles titles in her career, second only to Margaret Court's 24 titles. In 1988, she solidified her legacy by becoming the only tennis player to win the Golden Slam. Golden Slam refers to the feat of winning all 4 major Grand Slams and the Olympic gold. Steffi Graf won the Australian Open 6-1, 7-6. She defended her French Open title by winning 6-0, 6-0 in a mere 32-minute final. She defeated Martina Navratilova 5-7, 6-2, 6-1, staging a remarkable comeback at the Wimbledon Championship match. At the US Open, she won 6-3, 3-6, 6-1. In addition to this calendar slam, Steffi Graf won 6-3, 6-3 at the Seoul Olympics to achieve an unprecedented Golden Slam, a feat that hasn't been repeated since. 11. Goran Ivanišević's Wimbledon triumph, 2001. Goran Ivanišević won the Wimbledon singles title in his fourth attempt, defeating Pat Rafter in a thrilling five-setter 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, 2-6, 7-5. His previous visits in the finale ended in heartbreaks in hard-fought matches in 1992, 1994, and 1998. He also became the only player to win the Wimbledon singles title as a wildcard. This was his first and only Grand Slam win. He was dubbed as the most talented player to never win a Grand Slam thanks to his showing in the Ninities. 12. Epic clash between Federer and Nadal, Wimbledon Final 2008. Wimbledon Final 2008 was a clash of the titans. Federer had won 12 Grand Slams before the match, including 5 consecutive Wimbledon singles titles. Nadal was in his third Wimbledon final and was coming off of a fourth consecutive French Open before this match. In a 5-set thriller that lasted almost 5 hours, Nadal came on top to win his first Wimbledon title. He defeated Federer 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 5-7, 6-7, 8-10, 9-7. Each set went down to the wire, with none of them willing to bow out. The fourth set tiebreak is regarded as one of the best in the Open era. Since then, the Federer-Nadal rivalry has become a legend. They have come face-to-face 38 times, with Nadal leading 23-15. 13. Biggest French Open upset, Nadal v Soderling, 2009. Robin Soderling would probably go down in history as one who caused the biggest upset in modern-era tennis. He defeated the then 4-time French Open champion and defending champion Rafael Nadal 2-6, 7-6, 7-2, 4-6, 6-7, 2-7 in the fourth round. This was Nadal's first loss in French Open since his debut. Rafael Nadal was a clear favorite to win his 5th French Open title. He was coming off of a maiden Australian Open just months before. The massive upset gave Federer an opportunity to complete a career slam, which he did by winning his only French Open till date. 14. Longest tennis match, Isner vs Mahut, Wimbledon 2010. The first round match between John Isner and Nicolas Mahut became the longest match in tennis history. The match lasted just over 11 hours and was played over 3 days. The match finally ended with Isner winning 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-9, 7-6, 7-3, 70-68. The fifth set itself lasted for 8 hours, enough to break the record for previous longest match. Coincidentally, Isner was also involved in the 4th overall longest tennis match against Kevin Anderson that lasted for over 6 hours. 15. Andy Murray wins Wimbledon, 2013. Andy Murray defeated Novak Djokovic in straight sets 6-4, 7-5, 6-4 in the finals, despite the Serbian being the favorite to win the championship. Murray's Wimbledon triumph in 2013 is remembered for being the first Grand Slam singles title won by a British man in 77 years. What makes his win even more commendable is the fact that he won it in one of the most competitive eras of men's tennis, dominated by Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Murray also went on to win his second Wimbledon title in 2016, defeating Milos Raonic. These were just few moments that we discussed, but the history of tennis game is full of such ridiculous moments from which no one can get bored.